Aries, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So, Aries, we have the underworld, the mother, the castle, the ocean, the prayer, the heart, the creator, and the cave. Um, I feel like this idea of like holding on to an idea, right? I mean, the mother is the idea of like clinging to something, finding your identity out of it. The castle is the idea of like it's great in theory, like shit in practice. But like you thought that that's what you wanted, so you held on to it really tightly until you realized just how confining it was. And not only was it confining, but it was limiting. It's like locking yourself in a room full of, I don't know, what's something gross that grows on things, like a mold, or a, you know what I mean, like a room of black mold, and you're like, but this is the design that I wanted and the layout that I wanted, and and it's like it's still black mold, you know what I mean? Like you still have to move, you still have to let go of that. Um, because it's not healthy, right? And I feel like you were a part of a community or a part of an organization or a part of something that like you were like, it checks all of these boxes, but it's poisonous as fuck, right? So it's just kind of like your last read was, oh, and thank you so much for all of your likes and your subscribes and your comments. I love it. um, anyways, sorry, Aries. Um, I feel like it's just really this like uncovering of the black mold, if you will, and even though these people, this community, this job, this whatever, like it fit something at the onset, it fit the look, it fit the, it's like when you look at apartments or something online and they're all really nice and then you show up and you're like, oh my God, this place is ghetto as fuck. You know what I mean? And you don't want to live there anymore. That's what that feel is. But I feel like you lived there and then you uncovered something that was a little bit more hidden because it doesn't feel blatant and obvious. It feels like comfort is the destroyer of all the progress. And people will prevent you from moving forward if they can um, placate you. And I feel like that's like you've been placated, but you don't want to be placated anymore. You know that there's more that you want. There's more that you're desiring, and you want to create, a more sincere sense of balance because once you realize that you're existing in black mold, well, wow, it makes sense why I was sick all the time. Wow, it makes sense why I was, right, defending myself all the time or, irritated all the time or, just like, okay, well, now that I really think about it, like, there's a cause and effect, right? And if I'm angry and I'm, like frustrated and I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, then, like what's causing that? You know what I mean? Like, and having to get real with yourself about what it is that's causing that so that you can be real with yourself about what it is that you want to create. The heart, I think it's just, I love this card to say, I do, the home is where the heart is, but I feel like you're really wanting to create. For some of y'all, I think it's a relationship. For others of y'all, I think it's a project. It just depends on my Aries, but it's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you want to be intimate with, right? Because I feel like, again, going back to your last read and that idea of like surface level, and it's like, okay, yeah, well, like, that's fine if you're just like passing by acquaintances all the time. Like, those aren't people that you develop deep relationships with, right? But if those are the only types of relationships you can create, even when you're with the people who you should have been able to be deeper with, but it's surface level there. Like you're always just going to feel like you're missing out. Sorry, Aries, I'm just like talking. But I mean, that's the message that's coming through. So, Aries. Six of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, the Tower, Ace of Wands. Oh, I love that. Some new beginnings on the horizon. Um, Knight of Swords and Ten of Cups. Well, I feel like, again, everything that I just said, you've got the tower, which is like this massive end, right? This like discovering the black mold and then realizing they have to move out, and that changes everything. And when everything gets changed, and there's a lot to deal with, right? Because you're you're being swept up in a direction that's taking you away from all of the manipulation, all of the lies, all of the, like this is why I'm always irritated. This is why I'm always angry. Like this agitates my spirit. You know what I mean? And it's time for me to really go towards that new beginning, with a more sincere understanding of myself and what it is that I actually seek to take care of, because I feel like whatever it is that you're moving toward, it's something that comes with a great, I just want to it feels not surface level. Like it feels like a sincere relationship that you're taking care of, or a sincere opportunity to develop a project, and like you're really excited about this project. Or maybe you're going back to school, right? And you're like super stoked. You're finally in the program you wanted to be in. You're finally making those moves towards those goals that you really wanted to do. It's something that you love. It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you want to take care of, right? And if it is going back to school or something like that, and you felt a little insecure because you're like, well, like everybody's going to be 5 years younger than me, 10 years younger than me. Like, am I too old to go back to school now? Like, is it going to be weird? I would say, no, not at all. Like, don't worry about it, right? Because you're not aligning with people because of, their age or their whatever. You're aligning with them because you have this similar interests, right? So don't worry about going back to school and being older than than everybody else in your class. That's silly. But obviously take it how it resonates. I'm sure it will be different for all of my Aries. I feel like that was very specific. So, um, Aries. We have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Whoops. Yeah, because instead of feeling like you're missing out and then feeling like the longer you're missing out, the more you're missing, and like the further behind you're getting, and that college analogy just, I feel like it fits. And obviously it doesn't have to be specific to that, but it's the same concept. If there's something that you stepped away from for a while and you're going back to it, but like everybody else around you had kept going and you took a break from it for a while and you're like, oh God, like art, right? Like I'm not as good of an artist as most people who do art. You know what I mean? But like going back to it, like it's my passion. And when I'm, with people that I love, they're passionate about the same things. You know what I mean? It's just a new sense of alignment and a slight trepidation that you're feeling because, like, have you been away too long? But I feel like you can always return to your passions, right? Okay. Strength, the Ace of Swords, and the World. Yeah, because you have to really bring this cycle to an end. And it's hard because it's comfortable, right? It's comfortable enough to get you to accept all of the bullshit. Otherwise you wouldn't do it, right? And that really needs to come to an end. But that's a difficult thing to end because you're comfortable, and we're all creatures of comfort, like no shame. But, like if you ever want to move past it, then you kind of have to let that go. And again, I think you're standing in a new truth. You've got the Ace of Swords twice, the Ace of Wands. I think there's that you feel like you're ready for it, but you still feel a little new at it. And you good? You got this. All right, Aries, let's do one last card for y'all. We'll call it a read. The Ring, never ending and never beginning, because it is, I just feel like it's something that you really want to do, something that you're really passionate about, something that you're like, you put on the back burner. You didn't do it because, like that's not what your organization took pride in, or you had to work on, like you had to save money to be able to go back to school, or you know what I mean? Like you had just like a really shitty group of friends and you were like, wow, I really want to have a not shitty group of friends, but like did I cap out at this and will I be able to move past it? And you know what I mean? It's just kind of like this, but it's a part of the process. Like you're going to hit plateaus in life. You're going to hit peaks, you're going to hit valleys, you're going to hit plateaus, right? It's whether or not you choose to just stay there. And Aries, like we said last read, and in so many of the other reads, for y'all, you can't stop an Aries. And so even if they placate you for a minute, they still can't stop you. So don't question that, right? That's what they want you to do, is question yourself. But that's silly. No need. All right, Aries, I love y'all so much. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this does resonate, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.